Hi, my name is Erica. I'm 33 years old, and sorry for the way that I look. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, I just got out of the hospital. Well, you can't say just got out. Yesterday I got out around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I got my LASIK gastric sleeve done Wednesday, the 15th. So I'm 2 days post-op, and it's been kind of, I'm not suffering from pain from the incisions right now. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of poke here, stretch here, and things like that. But as pain-wise, it's pretty controlled. What I suffered the most, I don't do really well with anesthesia. Never have. I mean, I've only gotten one other surgery, and that was my gallbladder, and it was horrible. So I was kind of expecting the same thing, but what I was not expecting was the air that they pump you with in order to see better, so like you're like a balloon, is the aftermath of that. That was horrible, and it still is, because it's still affecting me, or at least I hope that that's what it is. So the day that I got surgery, that day I slept most of the day. I was in and out. And even though I was kind of like conscious, I guess you would say, I was hearing my parents and my aunts and everything talk in the room, I just couldn't keep my eyes open. And even though my mom was like, you need to get up, it's not good for you to sleep, and the nurse was like, no, you need to let her sleep, she did not believe that it was the anesthesia that was making me that way. It was still in my body, it was still affecting me in a very negative way. Next day, I actually was feeling a little bit more. I didn't sleep that night, I guess because I had slept the day before. So I was very uncomfortable. I couldn't find a spot, They kept me walking, obviously, and I burped a lot. But my chest, like right here, like right underneath the breastbone, it hurt so bad. There was a pain there. And then, of course, they wanted me to drink at least a full bottle of water before they released me, just to make sure that I kept it down. They didn't let me drink anything the day of surgery. So after I finished surgery, I was just on IV, and that's it. My mouth was so dry, my lips were so dry, and they wouldn't allow me anything. They gave me a chapstick, and that's about it. I suffered, and I think that's another reason why I just decided I'm just gonna sleep, because why have to suffer with not having anything in my mouth? I'm just gonna sleep. So at 6 in the morning, the doctor comes a nurse comes and gets me and takes me to see the doctor, and they do this test where I have to take a shot of this liquid, which wasn't really nasty. I heard it was gonna be nasty, really wasn't, I guess because I had nothing to drink for 24 hours. I was like, whatever. So I took the shot. I stood in front of this round thing, and they, I could actually see it as he was seeing it live, the dye go down and everything, and it looked pretty good. He was really kind of surprised that it went down so fast. So, and then he gave me this other liquid. It was kind of thicker, like a milky substance. I seriously thought that I was gonna throw it all up, because I didn't think it was gonna sit well with me, but no, it was actually fine. I drank it, and again, live, seeing everything there on the screen, looked like everything was going well. He was checking to make sure that I didn't have any leaks. That's why he wasn't allowing me to drink anything the day of surgery, because they wanted just to make sure that I guess give it like 24 hours to settle and then start drinking stuff. He wanted to make sure there was no leakage. I was scared because the day that I got out of surgery, one of the times the anesthesia wasn't hitting me right, and I started like dry heaving a lot, and I thought that I had maybe damage to my stomach, and I was scared, and I wanted to cry. I didn't know what to do, and but no, I mean, he did the test the next morning, everything looked good. Fingers crossed that I do not come across problems in the future. I really don't. Today I haven't even had a full bottle of water, which sucks, and I tried to drink my whole protein. I still have a few hours left in the day. I'm sure it's possible. I'm just getting used to it. I traveled 2 hours away for my surgery. I found a really, really good surgeon that's 2 hours away from me. So the past month I've just been traveling back and forth, back and forth. So this morning when I was trying to do my water and my protein, it was horrible because I still had all that gas inside of me. So traveling is not fun after surgery. Sure, it's not fun with any surgery, but this one was particularly just not fun. So yeah, all that building of the gas, and then, you know, it felt like heartburn. It felt like just bubbles, like I was trying to swallow through bubbles. It was horrible. But I made it through. He told me that every hour to walk, and I did. We stopped and we walked around the whole store, burped a lot, and came back in the car. We came back all the way home. It was good. It was great. Like I said, I'm not really feeling much pain. I'm not going to talk too early because that might change tomorrow. Probably just concentrating so much on the gas that I have building up all over here that I'm really not even paying attention to anything else. But no, everybody was really shocked and surprised when they saw me walking down the hallway. They're like, it doesn't even look like she had surgery. And I'm like, you know, because that's not really what's bothering me. You know, the incisions, the actual cutting the stomach in half, you know, whatever. None of that actually hurt. None of it. You know, I'm drinking everything. It's fine. Water's going down fine. Protein's going down fine. I'm not hungry, which is amazing. But I will say that I had a little bit of a setback. So, history time about my weight. So my heaviest was a 280, and that was a couple of years ago, and that's kind of when I started like really not liking who I was. I've never been comfortable with my weight, ever. I actually started gaining weight when I was 9 years old. That's kind of when I started seeing, you know, that I wasn't like everybody else. You know, I started getting a little bit bigger and bigger. And it just got worse and worse as I got older. Now looking back at pictures of myself, I'm like, what was I even thinking? I wasn't even that big. But compared to the girls in my school, you know, which are little toothpicks that are size like 2 and 0, yeah, I was big because that was a size 13, 14, 15. 15 was my biggest in high school. And it was bad. So I tried many different diets. I tried this, I tried that. It really changed when I got sick. I got some kind of virus, sent me to the emergency room, and I had a swollen liver and spleen. That scared the crap out of me. The antibiotics that I was on actually put me in such a horrible depression that I quit Cokes and sweets altogether. So for a whole year, I didn't have any Cokes and I didn't have any sweets. And then I started working out. Me and my friend got a gym membership, and she and I started going almost every day, and that's when I started looking into this gastric sleeve. So I was preparing myself for that. So I think at the time that I started doing this, I might have been like 270 maybe, 265 or so. So I got down to 247, and then I actually got approved for it, and after I did that, I went down to 235, I think, somewhere around there, with the liquid diet. Now, I didn't follow through, and I didn't go with the doctor. I was in a relationship at the time, and he didn't want me to do it, and I kind of believed him, you know, like I listened to him, which I shouldn't have done. But I also didn't feel really good about the position that I got. Not that it was him, it was more just I had this feeling that it wasn't going to go as well as I hoped it would. And then his staff was being kind of really rude to me, so I kind of let it go. I gained some weight back, obviously went back to 260 something, so I gained all that weight back. Not fun. Me and him broke up, and that really took like, just really mentally like put me in a really bad place. So then I gained weight again, more weight, because I started not caring of what I was eating or what I was drinking. Then I decided, you know what, I'm going to try this again. So I went back to the same physician, but the lady was being really mean. It was really hard for me to lose weight. I got me a personal trainer, and for some reason, I don't know if it was my mentality or if I just wasn't doing it right, but I could not lose the weight. So okay, didn't do that. Then I researched, and I found this amazing physician 2 hours away from here in a bigger city who had amazing reviews. So I went with him, and like this, I got approved. I did everything that I had to do. I did my 2 weeks liquid diet, which was difficult, having to do it all over again. But I will say that I lost in those 2 weeks 13 pounds. The only devastating thing is that I weighed myself this morning and I gained 2 pounds. I don't know how. I don't know if that's actually real or if it's just that I'm still bloated and I'm still swollen. So we'll see in a couple of days where I am. Hopefully that'll go down. But so far, so good. So it's my beginning of my journey, of my sleeve. I hope I start seeing results soon, because it has to be worth it. It just has to.